And home buying in San Diego continues to be pricey and challenging. Solutions that could help lower the costs across San Diego. We'll have an expert on that topic. Good morning, San Diego. The 6 a.m. edition starts this very second.
This is Good Morning San Diego.
San Diego County median price for a resale single-family home is now over $1 million. Joining us to talk more about these numbers and why we're seeing them and how are they going to ever back up? Let's find out. We'll talk to real estate broker and president-elect for the San Diego Association of Realtors, Mr. Mark Powell. Mark, thank you so much for stopping by after a holiday. It means a lot.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, so, I remember trying to scrape together our first home money, and we barely made it, and prices were a fraction of what they are here in California. How does anyone do it now?
It's almost impossible for the average income earner in San Diego to afford a house. In fact, Paul, only about 11% of San Diegans can comfortably afford to purchase a home. But what we have here is a weird dynamics. We have low inventory, low sales, yet prices in San Diego have went up 6 times in the last year. 6 times in the last year. We have the highest home price increases in the nation.
So that's indicative of supply and demand then?
100%. Supply and demand, government is not going to be the solution to this.
All right, so then to me, I'm just a simpleton from Wisconsin, but the solution is we need a lot more supply.
We're 100,000 units short.
So we need 200,000 more homes out there.
We need a lot of homes, and they have to start building. One way to build them is you got to build them faster. They have to start using technology. Have you heard of 3D printed homes?
Sure.
3D printed homes, 50 to 60 times, built 50 to 60 times faster. Modular homes. These are homes that are built off-site, so you don't have the construction workers pounding. The frames are built off-site, and they erect them, once again, cheaper, and they build them a lot faster.
Yeah, but isn't that only part of the problem? Because I know people are trying to build properties and like rental properties, and they're like 2-3 years into the paperwork, to getting permits, and it takes forever. Who's got that kind of patience?
I've said this multiple times. We have to streamline the permitting process.
How do you do that?
Well, what you do is you privatize it. You let contractors and you let architects go through a self-certification program like they did in Phoenix, Arizona. They're allowed to self-certify their own projects. So they can go through a course with the city, so they're exactly trained like the city workers. They self-certify. They walk in and out and get their permits within 24 hours. That will streamline the process.
But Sacramento's never going to want to give that up. I mean, they have a chokehold in all this, don't they?
Well, like I said, government seems to be the people that are getting in the way. And all of these new initiatives and ballots that are coming on the market here, like tax increases, sales tax increases, bonds, you're probably going to talk about those. All that's going to do, if those pass, is make it even harder for people to qualify.
So people out there who are complaining about the housing market, you can't complain unless you vote differently. I mean, because people vote for this, they pull the same lever time and time again, and then complain about the problems it creates.
Yeah, some people are complaining, but there's a lot of people that aren't complaining, the ones who own homes, because now they're sitting on you're in Claremont, you're sitting on $1 million house right now.
Yeah, it could be a simple home and it's worth over $1 million, but the only way that California real estate works for you, though, is if you're leaving California. Because even if you're going to go from home to home here in California, you're still going to pay more in taxes, will you not?
Well, that's another reason why home prices have gone up, is because people who are sitting on those 2.5% or 3% mortgages
don't want to give them up.
They don't want to give them up. Why would you give them up to go to double the amount, to over 7%?
So what's the timeline on all this? When will it be better? When will a couple moving to California to live the Golden State dream, when are they going to be able to comfortably afford a home on their 2-income revenue?
Well, what people are doing now is like siblings, brothers are coming together and going, hey, let's both buy. Roommates, 4 roommates all paying, $1,000 a month. They're coming together. They're all buying homes. It's called tenants in common, joint tenancy. They're buying houses themselves. So you have to be more creative now if you want to buy a house, because if you're not earning about $250,000 a year in San Diego, you're not going to be able to qualify for the median price home.
Is one of the perks of all this that the fact that home prices are through the roof and it is so unaffordable, surely rents must be coming down for people who... Surely, isn't that how it works? If houses are unaffordable, more people are going to rent.
rental prices are coming. They're not coming down. They may be nudging down a bit, but what's happening is with all of these laws that are protecting the renters, the ones that you can't evict anymore. Some of these people are selling their rental properties and just moving to states where they're not so draconian in their rental laws.
Yeah, if you're going to leave California, you better, once you make that decision, there's no coming back, because it's going to be impossible to get back into this market.
But when you saw the day like it was yesterday,
It's hard to leave.
who wants to leave, right?
Yeah, it's hard to leave. It's such a great place to live. Mark, thank you for the donuts, by the way.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Mark Powell, everybody.